Hi, Indy. So lovely to see you today.
Yeah, you too.
I know you had a really interesting and unusual experience when I worked with you a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And it had a big tie to a past life issue that you didn't even know you had. Can you explain to everyone what you experienced?
Yeah, so I was, like I mentioned to you before, completely blown away. So I've had this issue for ever since I can remember, which I didn't even mention to you because it's just become one of those things that I've learned to live with, is this feeling of thirst all the time. So no matter how much water I drink, no matter how hydrated I am, I always had this feeling of thirst. And I remember even being maybe 6 or 8 years old when my parents even took me to numerous doctors to figure out what was going on. And they've throughout my life they've done the usual test to see, is it diabetes, is it a reaction to something? And I was just being told, oh, it's nothing, it's in your head. But I knew something was there. But again, like I said, I just learned to deal with it. I just know that whenever I was going out anywhere, I needed to make sure there was always water on me, because if there wasn't, I would literally feel like I hadn't drank for days. And that's the only way I can describe it. So when you did my balance and thirst came up, I had to do a double take because in a way it validated the fact that there was something there. It wasn't just in my head. And it tied back to, from what your balance had found, a previous life where I must have been deprived of water, dehydrated, possibly died from that. So that would explain why, there was no explanation in this life, but I still had the symptoms of it. But after you did the balance, it's gone. Like it's hard to explain, but it's just gone. Like I don't have that feeling of thirst and like dryness anymore.
I mean, I always find it interesting what comes up in a balance, because thirst, that emotion, is the first time it's ever come up with anyone that I've ever worked with. And when I came across, it's like, thirst, I wonder what that means. And it's like, okay, just go with it. That's what your subconscious is telling me. And I always find it fascinating when those issues from a past life are actually creating an imbalance in this life. And
I didn't
when
even
you
think it was possible.
yeah, and when you address them and release them, it's like it just disappears. It's like it was never there.
Exactly.
That's so wonderful. And you were having problems with headaches as well at the time.
Yes, yeah, I was. And luckily, like the few days I felt good. Initially I had the shivering, which was kind of the body going through the process, which again surprised me because I had no expectations. I went into the balance with an open mind to see what could help. So yeah, and I felt good for the first time in a long time. Yeah,
That's wonderful. Yes, the body does react to these sessions, and it doesn't matter where you are. You could be on the other side of the world to me, and your body will go through sort of a healing crisis where you could be shivering, and that's the process of everything being released. You can have mild flu symptoms as well, sore throat, headache, but usually the next day it's like, okay, it's gone, and you have that light feeling where
that's exactly what it was like.
Yeah, it's like the universe has just lifted something off your shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Indy. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for all your help.
My pleasure.
All right, take care.